Alright, so story for Black Ops 2 follows, yet again, Alex Mason from the first game. You know, the guy who was going all insane and seeing all those numbers. Well, he's back, and you play as him, and you also play as his son in the future. So you actually play the past and the future in this game. And in the future, there is this new terrorist named Menendez. He's evil, blah, blah, blah. We've seen terrorists before, and he's evil. And what Mason, the future Mason, his son, has to go and find out is where'd this guy come from? What is his backstory? And the way he figures out this backstory is from Woods, the character from the first game that got blown up at the end, apparently, but not really, because he didn't get killed. He's fine. Of course, while Woods is actually explaining what happened in the past, you get to actually play what happened in the past with Alex Mason, and then you go back into the future and play some missions with Mason just to figure out where this Menendez guy is, what his plan is, what he's going to do with his little army that he rose, and all that bull. And you know, it's a standard plot, but it's kind of cool because it goes into the past and the future. Sure, it feels a little shoehorned because it's just flashbacks pretty much. I didn't really mind it. I thought it was still pretty cool just to go into the future and the past and, you know, play around with that weaponry and this weaponry. You know, it's completely different. I kind of like that. And some of the set pieces and some of the characters are decent in the game. Nothing special, but you know what? It kept me entertained for the most part. So you know what? I like the story here. Nothing amazing, but decent. Now, the sound for Blops 2, that's what the cool kids are calling it, is very well done, just like in any other Call of Duty game. The sound design here is very well done. All the guns sound really cool. All the explosions are great. I mean, it's not on the scope of something like Battlefield, or hell, I would even say it's as good as Medal of Honor from a couple of weeks ago, but I still think it's very well done here. The soundtrack is, you know, typical Call of Duty war hoorah stuff. I mean, sure, you have some licensed tracks in there, just like Black Ops 1, but for the most part, it's, you know, it's well done. Just nothing amazing in my opinion. And of course you have the voice acting, which is great here. You have some big Hollywood hotshots coming in and playing some characters. You have Sam Worthington, who plays Alex Mason once again. You have Michael Rooker, who plays a character that you team up with in the game. And you also have Tony Todd, the Candyman, in there, which is a cool little surprise. And everybody else did a great job with the characters as well. So overall, I think the voice acting is fantastic. I think the sound itself is just really damn good. But now let us talk about the graphics, which Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is using the same engine that they have been using for a few years now, I think since Modern Warfare 1, and to be honest, they're actually doing a decent job with making this engine not look really outdated. I mean, there are parts where it does look outdated, don't get me wrong, especially in the multiplayer section. But in the campaign itself, it provides you with plenty of really cool looking things to see. I mean, some of the textures are a little blah, and some of the character models and some of the animations are a little wonky. But there's also some facial expressions and some, you know, explosions, some set pieces that look really damn cool. There's a whole sequence when you're actually on a horse and just riding on the horse, shooting things, and there's a bunch of other people on horses. There's tanks and explosions and like rocks just falling down from mountains, and I thought it looked epic, especially some of the stuff in the future sections in the game. I thought it looked really cool, especially the active camo and some of the effects with some of the grenades you have and some of the guns. So overall, I think the graphics here, while still on an outdated engine, look good. I think it looks pretty impressive for an outdated engine. So yeah, there you go, there's the graphics. But now let us talk about the gameplay for Black Ops 2, which, let's be honest here, it's the exact same game over and over again. So do I need to explain what you do in this game? You go around, you shoot a bunch of enemies in the campaign, you go to the multiplayer and pwn noobs in that, and then you go to zombies if you're playing the Black Ops series, and then you shoot a bunch of mindless zombies. And that's pretty much what you do in Black Ops. You shoot a lot of things, whether it's humans, zombies, or drones, or freaking jets or whatever. It's all the same stuff. You just go around and shoot stuff. But I will say it, I enjoy shooting a lot of stuff, and sure, it might get repetitive, sure, it's not all that, you know, original, it's just going around shooting things, but you know what, the campaign itself is about 5, 6, maybe 7 hours long, and for the most part, it has a lot of thrilling moments, great set pieces, just really cool little action set pieces, some new guns, and some new modes. They actually give you a brand new mode in the campaign called the Strike Team Force, I think it's called, where it's pretty much a kind of like a RTS mode where you go into the air, you have your little commanding, you know, squad, you have a bunch of human guys down there, then you have a bunch of drones and turrets, and you get to control any of them and, you know, try to wipe out the enemy forces before they destroy your stuff. And it's actually kind of cool add-on. The thing is, it's kind of wonky at times. The AI isn't that great, and it gets actually pretty frustrating. But for the most part, it's a cool little addition. But the rest of the campaign is pretty much the same thing. You either shoot a lot of stuff, you sneak around, or you get into it like a vehicle, or this time a horse. You actually go onto a horse, like I said earlier, and that's really cool. I mean, all those little set pieces are a lot of fun, and the campaign itself is a lot of fun here. But the reason why many people are going to go and play this game is for the multiplayer, the competitive multiplayer, and it is the exact same thing you've been playing for the last couple of years, like I said with the campaign, but I have to say that because it's the same stuff. I mean, sure, they changed some stuff here. They changed the interface a little bit. They give you a couple new modes. They actually take some modes away because this is Black Ops, not Modern Warfare, so you would expect that. And it's still fun. You go around shooting people, pwn noobs, you know. I mean, I pwn noobs all the time because I'm the best, but, you know, it's just the same stuff. It's fun. It's really fun. It is. It's addicting at times, but it's the exact same stuff we've seen. So if you play Black Ops 1, if you play Modern Warfare 3, besides the new maps, which are actually a lot of fun in this game, it's not that all, you know, it's not that different at all. But one thing that I actually noticed that is different about the multiplayer is the zombie mode. The zombie mode in this, you have two modes this time. You actually have the regular one where you can team up with a bunch of people you might know or you might not know. Matters on who you want to play with. And you just go and board yourself up into a house or a bus or wherever the hell. And yeah, you just try to survive. But the other mode is actually really cool because it actually makes it feel like a Left 4 Dead versus mode where you and 3 other people are facing off against 4 other players while the zombie apocalypse is happening. And I thought that was really cool. I played one match and I thought, hey, you know, this is actually a lot of fun. It's a cool little addition. So the zombie mode is still great and adds some new things. The multiplayer is very familiar but still very addictive, and the campaign has tons and tons of set pieces and very memorable ones at that. So overall, I think Black Ops 2 is a great game. I mean, sure, it feels very familiar, like I keep saying, but it's still a great shooter. It's not the best out there, but it's still a very damn good one. So there you go. There's my review for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Take it for what it is. I liked it. Thank you and goodbye.
Rated M for mature.